Okay, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fortnite Mythbusters. We are on episode 80. If I do about 10 myths per episode and we've done about 80 episodes, that means I've done like 800 myths. That's ridiculous. Anyways, guys, happy Halloween. But if you do have a myth you would like me to test in the next or future episodes, make sure to go down in the comment section down below and drop a comment of that myth for a pretty good chance to be featured. Saying that we've done about 800 myths, it has to be unique if you want it to be chosen. I've done a lot. And if you do enjoy today's video at any moment, feel free to leave a like. Let's see if we can smash 10,000 likes on today's episode. The support lately has been unreal, and I'm just gonna keep making these videos. And if you would like to see more episodes of the Fortnite Mythbusters by me, feel free to subscribe and turn on those post notifications to never miss another video. Anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get right on into today's video. Jumping straight into the first myth. The first myth is, what happens when a zombie walks into water? When I tested this myth out in game in season 1, whenever zombies would touch the water, since it was only like ankle deep, they wouldn't die, they would just walk straight through it. So here in Fortnite chapter 2, I tested the exact same thing, but this time I had like 20 to 30 zombies following me, and they all died immediately whenever they touched the water. The only bad thing about this is, if you are going to the center island to kill some zombies to get ammos or even weapons by them, whenever you lead a zombie into the water and they die to the water, the percentage of them dropping an ammo or even a weapon just goes straight to 0. There's no chance that they will drop any loot when they die to the water, so I suggest just shooting them or pickaxing them. They're not that hard to kill. Also, another positive to killing the zombies yourself, when you do kill them, you actually regain shield, not regular HP, but it is an easy way to farm shield. Moving into the next myth. The next myth is, what happens when you throw a knocked player onto a fire hydrant? I haven't really seen many fire hydrants around the map in Fortnite chapter 2, so if you're not familiar with this, whenever you break open a fire hydrant, water will sprout out of it, and you could literally jump on top of it, kind of like a trampoline. I tested this out and threw my knocked teammate onto the fire hydrant, and surprisingly, they actually bounce. They constantly bounce up and down as long as they keep landing on top of the fire hydrant. And then I went to pick them up as soon as they landed, and it like threw them extra far, but they didn't land on it anymore. What's even more funny is when you look at it from your perspective while you are the knocked player and you're just constantly bouncing up and down. You literally can't do anything to get out of it unless you do walk, but it's still a lot of fun. Going into the next myth. The next myth is, what happens when two boat rockets collide in mid-air? Now, I actually tested this myth out on one of the first days of chapter 2, and I don't think I ever added it into a video. I may have, but I totally forgot, and a whole ton of people are requesting this myth, so I may as well test it out again. Way back in Fortnite chapter 1 early seasons, you were actually able to collide regular rockets and they would make contact in midair and kind of explode, but throughout the seasons, the rockets, they would just go directly through each other. So here in Fortnite chapter 2, will the boat rockets have the exact same physics? Will they go through each other, or will they actually make contact in midair? After multiple attempts, these rockets behave the exact same way like the mech rockets. They don't go in a direct straight line, but I was finally able to get them to collide in midair, and it's kind of like a firework. I mean, they explode in midair, and it's really cool. I wouldn't really count on this happening in game though, because the rockets, they don't shoot in a straight line like I said before. They behave pretty weird, and they kind of spin around. Jumping straight into the next myth. The next myth is, can you heal a zombie from a bandage bazooka? This myth was actually really difficult to do in game, but I was finally able to get an answer, and I hope it satisfies everyone. I mean, you can't really see the HP bar for the zombies, so I kind of had to guess. For one, whenever you do shoot a bandage from the bandage bazooka at a zombie, it doesn't make the exact same healing noise like it does for a player. The bandage just kind of plops on the ground as if you shot it at a wall. As well, whenever you shoot a regular zombie, typically they're about 2 to 3 hits, so I shot a zombie once and then shot a couple of bandages from the bandage bazooka directly at him, as well on the ground at my feet, so it would make the healing noise, obviously healing me, but hopefully maybe spreading over to him, and he was still 1 hit after that. After testing the same thing on multiple zombies, from what I could tell, is that you can't heal the zombies with a Bandage Bazooka unless there's a whole nother tactic to see the zombies HP. I don't even think that's a thing, but if it is, please let me know. Jumping into the next myth is, will you take any fall damage if you land in a trash can from max height? One thing that I did not know until my friend actually showed me is if you jump into a dumpster from above and you land in the open lid, obviously, you don't even have to press your use button. You'll just go directly into it, not taking any fall damage at all, at least from the roof of this building. Keeping that in mind, I built up extremely high to the point where obviously if you do hit the ground directly, you will take fall damage and end up dying. So what happens when you jump into a trash can directly from this type of height? When you do jump from this type of height and you do land into the dumpster, surprisingly, you won't take any fall damage. You literally land in the dumpster. You don't have to press any button. For me, it's E to use to get into the dumpster. You just land on top of it directly and you'll automatically be put in there hiding, and you take no fall damage whatsoever. Obviously, on the way down, it is really scary because one small move and you could land on the edge of it and die, but it is that risk to take no fall damage, which is really cool. Moving into another dumpster myth. This myth is, will you take damage from a stink bomb while you're inside of a dumpster? Even though the stink bombs are no longer in Fortnite Battle Royale, this is still something good to know just in case they ever do get vaulted, since a lot of people ended up liking it. I know people were saying just because people like it, it doesn't mean it won't get unvaulted, but typically people like certain items. Fortnite, they will bring them back. When I tried this out, I first wanted to test to see if the stink bomb will damage my teammate at all, and it got him down to literally 10 HP. From there, he jumped inside of the dumpster. I threw a stink bomb and he was hanging out in the dumpster for about 10-15 seconds. He then jumped out and immediately started taking damage as soon as he jumped out. I mean, he couldn't even land on the ground. That whole time while my friend was in the dumpster, he was taking no damage by the stink bomb, which means that whenever you are hiding in a hay bale or even a dumpster, you don't take any damage from stink bombs, which is really nice to know. Obviously, someone could just break the dumpster if they do want to do damage to you anyways though. Jumping into the next myth is, how many players can hide in a hay bale or even a dumpster at the exact same time? I tested this myth out live over on Caffeine. I stream there daily, Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific. If you're watching this video within the first 3 hours of the release, I am actually live right now showcasing the minty pickaxe off in game, which doesn't get released till November 6th. Anyways, with that promo off to the side, we all tested this out. We landed near a dumpster over at Holy Hedges and jumped in one at a time to find out that you could jump a max of 8 players into the dumpster at a single time. After there's a total of 8 players inside of the dumpster at the exact same time, you will no longer have the option to jump into the dumpster. It'll just go away entirely. But the funny thing is when you do end up breaking the dumpster, people just flood out. I mean, there's a whole ton of players that all jump out at the exact same time, and it's really cool, I'm not gonna lie. Going into the next and a highly requested myth. This myth is, what happens when a zombie walks through a rift? Now, I tested this myth out 9 months ago, way back at I believe season 6, season 7 or something. So I decided why not test it out once again, since it's an entirely new chapter, Fortnite chapter 2. Fortnite changed a lot of their physics, and zombies, they're obviously back for Fortnite mares. Now, when I wanted to test this myth out, I was trying to figure out how I could somehow get a rift into the Fortnite chapter 2 map at the exact same time for zombies to spawn, but obviously zombies unfortunately don't spawn in playground or even creator mode, so I can't somehow glitch a portal rift back to the main island. So I just ended up showing you guys what happens way back in season 6 whenever a zombie does walk through the rift, and I assume it's the exact same thing since Fortnite zombies, they can't glide. They're literally just zombies. But when I did test it out in a previous season, zombies, whenever they did walk through a rift, they literally went directly through it. The zombie walked through the direct center of the rift and nothing happened. He didn't get teleported up into the air. He doesn't glide. He doesn't, I don't know, at least fall from the air. He just walks straight through it. And rifts ever do get added back into the game, I can guarantee it is the exact same thing. Fortnite, they wouldn't waste their time making physics on zombies walking through a rift if rifts aren't even the game at the moment. Going into the last and final myth, this myth is, will a boat be affected by the Storm King geyser? Now, I'm gonna wrap this myth up pretty quick, but when I did test it out, I drove my boat literally directly directly over the geyser, and it does give you a little bit of a boost, but nothing too special, nothing I would really waste my time on doing. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to my channel. If you are new, make sure to turn on those post notifications to never miss another video, and I will see you guys next time.